What's up, everyone? Today we're going to do a brief video talking about the gentleman's agreement that took place in Japan in 1989. Now, the first thing I'll say is I don't really have any images to go along with this, so instead of showing you some boring images of some dude shaking hands or a piece of paper saying I swear not to go above 276 horsepower, I'll just go through this website and show you some of the cool cars that we have in stock right now as I talk about this. So basically, to start things off, back in 1989, coincidentally, around the same time this car originally came out, right? They decided in Japan that 276 horsepower was going to be a good, safe horsepower limit, and because it was so easy at that time to attain high horsepower numbers, everybody decided in Japan that they were going to agree on 276 as a nice, neutral, safe number, and no automaker was to break that rule. So Mitsubishi, Subaru, Nissan, Toyota, etc., everybody had to abide by these rules, and it was all on paper that they would do so. Now, of course, we car enthusiasts know that a lot of them were probably doing 300, 320 horsepower, and that's kind of been debated for many years now. But realistically, they all claimed 276 horsepower, so they tried to keep it somewhat honest, even if it wasn't truly technically honest. There was always a presumption, too, that if any automaker had ever broken the rule and went above 276 horsepower, the rest would follow suit. So whoever was the first to break it was basically going to be the new trendsetter, and everybody else would follow suit. Ironically, of all the manufacturers, Honda was the one to break it by releasing a car called the Honda Legend, something we knew here in the States as the Acura RL. Honda debuted this family sedan with a 3.5-liter 300 horsepower V6, and by claiming that was absolutely insane for the time. The other automakers just couldn't believe it, and, well, it was time for them to step up their games as well. Now, of course, this gentleman agreement here in the US sounds crazy, right? We never really had anything like that. Granted, we had our 1980s, sad time for muscle cars where things like Corvettes and Mustangs were producing 160, 180 horsepower or whatever because of emissions restrictions. But that being said, we never had one officially capped by the automakers where they all agreed they would only have a set number of horsepower. That being said, the Germans actually had a similar thing to this with their high horsepower sedans. So BMW M, Mercedes AMG, and Audi RS cars that were sedans all had to be limited to 155 mile an hour. Why that is, I'm not really sure. Maybe they just didn't want some 210 mile an hour sedans flying down the street with some businessman behind the wheel who doesn't really know how to drive it. I could be right on the nose, or I could be completely wrong. But for whatever reason, the Germans decided to do something similar, but it was not really a horsepower cap like the Japanese had. Sometimes people gripe about the times changing, but I think this is one circumstance where we can all agree as car enthusiasts that it was really a great thing that the times have changed. Thank you, Honda, for breaking that rule, and thanks for giving us cars with more than 276 horsepower, because nowadays, well, that's just not going to keep up, is it? If you enjoyed this video and you're not already a subscriber, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you get more videos like this in the future. Thanks for watching this video, and have a good one.